Mr. Freeman, you were going back and forth between these two women all this time. No wonder you so quiet. But now we know you all both got everything to do with it.
While I was gone to California, he was back fraternizing with her, gambling, hoarding, being irresponsible.
Did you go out with anybody, date anybody, or sleep with anybody?
No, I'm pregnant. I wasn't thinking about no other man. My man was supposed to be in Memphis. We were living together.
All right, hold on. You submitted a calendar to the court, and I want to understand what this calendar shows.
Okay.
This calendar says, can you explain to the court what it says?
Okay, February 15th, I'm gonna use that date, my birthday, that we had sex, although it was a busy month.
Wait a minute, a busy month? How busy was it?
Oh, it was too busy. It was too busy because by the end of it, I was pregnant. I was finding out I was pregnant. We was caught up. It was good. I ain't gonna lie. It's good. 2 minutes at a time is good. That's why I'm here. You know, I messed up. God forgive me. This is my punishment, and I take that. But I learned my lesson. I'm on birth control, and I'm gonna get baptized because this is just too hard. I'm sorry. I don't deserve this. All of this.
Okay, Jerome, look, whatever leads them to the Lord, right? You know what? Lean on the Lord. That's all I can say.
Man.
Yes, Lord. So let's go to the next page. Let's go to the next page of your calendar.
Okay, so the conception window. Okay, the baby was born November 7th, and I have some more proof of the conception window, which is between the 9th and the 15th. That covers his birthday, Valentine's Day, and my birthday.
So the bottom line is your testimony and your evidence shows that Terry's birthday of November 7th puts the window of conception at the very week that you say you all were extremely sexually active because it was your birthday, his birthday, and Valentine's Day fell all in the same.
Yeah, that's why I say it's not an issue of paternity because he may lie, he lied, she lied, but that ain't lying. That ain't lying. The DNA test ain't lying. Everything matches up to what I'm saying. I don't have no reason to lie on this man.
Listen. Mr. Freeman, as you look at this timeline, is it your testimony you were not intimate with Ms. Rayford at all between February 9th through the 14th?
It probably was a couple of days, but I always...
Wait, hold on, don't start mumbling. Don't start mumbling.
I was wrapped up.
Hold on, Mr. Freeman, you said what?
We probably had sex a couple of times, but I always used a condom.
You couldn't afford no condom.
So, wait a minute. Were you also still with Miss Triplett at this time?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So now you are admitting you were basically having sex with Miss Triplett and with Miss Rayford at the same time.
It was only just a fling.
Well, look,
you
flings,
say that now.
Listen. Flings produce babies. Yep. If you don't know that, now you know. You said you had additional doubt based upon a phone call.
Yes.
Which phone call is this?
She called me talking about it's a possibility the baby's might not be yours. You had sex with another guy and all this.
Were you alone when you got this call?
No, I was laying right beside.
What happened, Miss Triplett?
Yes, Your Honor, I was laying right beside my territory. That's my territory. You cannot have
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hold on.
Yes, Your Honor, she was drunk at confession. I might be another man's baby, Terry. You're not the daddy. Somebody else might be the daddy. You know, of that where. That's where at the beginning that where it was. He never was the daddy from the beginning. So why you just can't wake up and stop being so obsessed over my territory and leave us the heck alone and go on with your life?
Ms. Rayford, is that true?
No. She have came around. His family has been supportive of me. So what are you talking about? They pulling up stuff from everywhere. From the chair there, in his pocket, they pockets and purses, just any excuse. Anything but the right thing would do. Because
you feel like that they just don't want him to be the father.
They don't want to be responsible.
So listen.
I don't want to be, period.
Thank you. You don't want to be the father.
Mr. Turman, can you please tell the court, how did you meet Miss Sanchez?
Well, we met on Tinder. I'm swiping, and I came across her profile, and I super liked. So super like is when it goes directly to them, so they know somebody likes you. And so she liked me back. We connected. We were supposed to hang out the first night, and she declined because she was with somebody else she met from Tinder. So the second night is when we actually hung out. She came over, we had some drinks, one thing led to another, and we had sex the first night.
The first night you met?
Yes, it was the first night.
That's definitely a super swipe, super like, whatever you called it. Okay, so you meet and you have sex the first night.
Yes, ma'am.
Unprotected?
Yes.
Miss Sanchez, I have to ask you, because he said you went on a date before, were you dating multiple men at the time?
No.
But when you met Mr. Turman, he was just what? So nice, handsome, you just decided you're gonna have sex with him on the first night?
All of the above, plus all the added alcohol and, you know.
That'll do it. Blame it on the alcohol. All right, so, Mr. Turman, did you believe after you had the first date and first sexual encounter with Miss Sanchez that you all were exclusive?
So I felt that we were exclusive, but me and her had two different ideas of what talking is. To me, talking is...
What? No, what does talking even mean? I talk to a lot of people. What does that mean? That means nothing to me. We had no ground rules.
That's where a lot of the trust issues came in, because I'm thinking one way, she's thinking another way. And I showed my friends pictures of her because I'm hype. I'm like, she beautiful, she matched with me, we met. And so I showed them pictures and they send me a video like, yo, isn't this the girl you're talking to? She's at a bar giving somebody else her number, it looks like.
Nope.
So it just started to form like issues with trust. If she slept with me the first night that we met, then what would, I mean, she probably could have slept with him the first night.
Did you bring it up? Did you say, oh, I saw you give your information to this guy?
Yeah, I did, and she kept the same attitude, like...
Because how could I know it's wrong if we're just talking? I didn't feel guilty about that.
Well, she's being honest. You were on direct dial and she was on the party line.
Right.
Miss Sales, you claim that you and the defendant, Mr. Jackson, were in a serious relationship and it was his idea to have a baby. But now that your 3-year-old daughter, Micaiah, is here, he denies being her father. You want him to step up and take care of his daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, you claim that Miss Sales is a former side chick who is trying to pin a baby on you only because she wants you back in her life. You are certain you are not her daughter's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Sales, explain why you opened your case today.
I opened my case today because I was with D'Amico for 5 years. We were in a relationship. We had our baby, and now because he sits up and talks to his family, now he feels like that is not his child. Since the day my daughter was born, because she was light-skinned with gray eyes, that was not his child because I'm too dark to have a light-skinned baby.
Mr. Jackson, she said you were in a 5-year relationship. Is that true?
No, ma'am.
So what were we doing, Miko?
What were you doing?
Huh?
You know, she was like my side woman.
Your side woman.
She was your side woman.
Miko, you gonna stand her
So
lie?
it's your testimony you weren't in a relationship at all.
I mean, we had a relationship, but it wasn't serious. You know, we was just, you know.
You left your ex to come be with me. How was we not in a relationship?
It was more of, you know, she had great sex.
Oh, I put it on him and he could never leave.
I mean, it happens like that, you know, Jan, it happens like that, you know. It was just...
So you're saying you were only with her for a sexual relationship?
She was my side woman.
So did you make that clear, or were you making her feel like she was your real woman, but really you were just having a side woman?
She was just my side woman. I made it clear to her before. She understood.
Stop lying. He came to my house every single day. He lived at my house every single day.
But, you know, regardless, you could still make a baby even though she might have been your side woman. I mean, none of that prevents you from becoming a father.
Yes, but I wasn't the only man that was smashing it.
He's lying. He was the only person that I was messing with, the only person I had been with for a year before I even got pregnant. So again, he's lying.
How long did this last? How long did it go on for?
When I first met him, I had moved out of town, so we had, lost contact. That's when he met his ex, and they got in a relationship. When I moved back in town, he never let me know about this relationship he had. I found out because a friend of mine told me that he had a girl. He never said anything to me about it, and by the time he actually started trying to confess that he had a girlfriend, we had already been together for 6 to 8 months, already having sex with each other, unprotected, on the regular. Like, he's a sorry liar, period.
So, Mr. Jackson, take me to the point when you find out this woman who you say is your side woman is pregnant. When did you find that out?
Like, what you mean, like what?
Just what I asked. When did you find out Miss Sales was pregnant?
I found out Miss Sales was pregnant, what was that, I say August, a month later, something like that.
And so take me to that day. How did she tell you?
First we went in, she had a situation with her urinals, stuff like that, problem.
So you went to the hospital for something else?
Yes, ma'am.
I went to the doctor because I had a cyst ruptured in my stomach, so I had to go to the hospital because I was very sick. He went with me, but he was my side piece, right? But he took me and went with me to the hospital. So I was getting a lot of tests ran and things done to me. They was telling me no, I wasn't pregnant at the time because I had polyps. So the nurse explained that it was really hard for me to get pregnant and my chances was very slim. But at the time, I had already gotten off of birth control and was trying to have a baby with him. So we had sex at the hospital that same night. And then—
In the hospital?
And then—
While you were there for the polyps?
Yeah, so after they, got me together and got my body together, yeah, believe me, it wasn't that.
Negative,
so,